celebrate and let yourself have the best vacation of your life in Peru, the greatest world destination you could ever imagine. Peru stands out for its incredible cultural diversity in food, music, festivities, and touristic places, which makes it the best and perfect place for you to visit. By listening to this presentation, you will not only get a lot of knowledge, but you will also open yourself to a new, fascinating culture where you can have the most unforgettable adventures and experiences of your whole life. And believe me, you don't want to miss it.
Okay, I'm going to start talking about some touristic places. I'm just going to talk about four because of the time. There's not much time, so I just got four to say. So let's start from Machu Picchu. I think it's the most famous one because I think you all might have heard about it once. Am I wrong? Right. So yeah, it's basically an ancient Inca city, and I can tell you about my experience when I was there. I traveled to Machu Picchu, Cusco when I was 10, and it's amazing. You can feel the vibe. I mean, like, you're full of energy in that place, and it's amazing. I think you don't want to miss it. And I think the Huascarán must be the same. I never traveled there. I don't know why. It's in my region, Ancash, but I've never been there, so I think it could be the same vibe because it's a mountains, and my friend has traveled there, but I don't. I didn't. Sorry.
Is it also? Are there Inca ruins there?
No, I don't think so. But
It's just very natural.
I feel like the energy could be the same because it's nature and a lot of depth to it. Now talking about the Nazca lines, there are two ways of seeing them. First of the observation tower that you can only see 3D eclipse, but if you want the whole experience, you can take the airplane. You can see the more or less like full experience. That was my last trip actually on Peru, and it's amazing. I really recommend it. It's $100 if I'm not wrong, the airplane, that little tour, but yeah, it's worth it. And the last one is Mancora. That's a city. You can find a lot of beaches there. And not only Mancora, also Zorritos and Los Órganos, when you can find actually a little resort and you can see the whale, actually a humpback whales, just jumping out of nowhere, literally. And that was my best experience because it's a huge animal and yeah, totally recommend.
Now, what's another good reason for you to want to visit Peru? Well, that's definitely its festivities. So let's take a look at it. So, one of the most popular ones is the Lord of Miracles. So, the story goes that once there was a huge earthquake that destroyed most of the city, except for the one wall that had a painting of Jesus Christ on it. Since that moment, it became an icon in our country. And each October, we do parades and we eat ron de Doña Pepa, which is a sweet snack that you would absolutely love. Another good festivity we have is Farmers' Day, which is actually today. Each June 24th, we celebrate the hard work of all the farmers in our country and the food they bring us every day. In schools, children are used to bring what we call a farmer's lunch, which consists of fruits, vegetables, dairy products, and potatoes, and much more. Now we have the interwriting. So, before the colonization, the Incas used to believe in God's son. And even though nowadays we are mostly a religious country, we still commemorate those days and celebrate it every year. And moving on, we have my personal favorite one, Independence Day, which is the July 28th. So we celebrate the day that we freed ourselves from the Spain colonizers, the July 28th. And that day we have parades, you can hear music, we have dances like Marinera, which is pretty popular in Peru. And finally, but not least, we have the St. John the Baptist Day, which is also today. This festivity is really popular in the jungle side of Peru. We celebrate the hard work of St. John, and we celebrate having lakes, water, so people take baths on the lakes. And on that day, we can eat juane, which is a really delicious dish we have. It's from the jungle.
Juane?
Juane.
How do you spell that?
It's Juane.
Good afternoon, everyone. Now I'm going to talk about diversity, cultural fusion, and the use of native ingredients. Peruvian gastronomy is worldwide recognized because it has unique flavors and also because of its deep historical roots. Here we have three of the main dishes that characterize this group. The first one is ceviche, which is considered the national dish of Peru. It consists of fresh raw fish marinated in lemon juice and also with spicy chili pepper. It also contains onions, boiled corn, and sweet potato. And sometimes it can contain lemon. This dish is so popular that in Peru there is a day called the National Ceviche Day, which is celebrated on every June 28th. Also, we have this famous dish that is named pachamanca. It is an ancient Andean meal that is cooked underground with hot stones. And the name of this dish is produced by the combination of two Quechua words. And the first one is pacha, that means earth, and the second one manca, that means hot. And the name refers how this meal is prepared, with no traditional pots, but underground with hot stones. It can have many types of meat, for example, chicken, pork, lamb, or even beef. They are buried with vegetables like potatoes or corn, so they can be cooked together. This famous dish is used for rituals in the highlands, especially in festivities, and they bring families and communities together so they can celebrate this traditional dish. And finally, we have causa, which is another popular dish. It is made of mashed yellow potato. It's a native potato in Peru, and also represents the many types of potatoes in Peru, because Peru has a large variety of potatoes. I think more than 3,000 of them. And also it is filled with chicken and or with tuna fish.
Finally, to finish our presentation, I'd like to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Marta Avila. I'd like to take you on a trip, not by plane though, but to music, Peruvian music. Peru is not only rich in landscapes, costumes, and food, as you can see, but also in music. What makes Peru's music so special is that it reflects its three natural regions: the jungle, the highlands, and the coast. Each region brings its completely different style, rhythm, and key artists that bring all that music to life and gives it its colorful variety. Let's begin with the coast, where criolla and Afro-Peruvian music were born. Let's start with criolla music. It often tells stories about the daily life, love, and the Peruvian spirit. This famous example is called Contigo Peru. It's a patriotic song that all Peruvians sing with pride during national events. Imagine walking down the street during a Peruvian festivity. You may hear the sounds of guitar and the cajon, which is like a boat that you sit on and play with your hands like a drum. This type of music comes from Afro-Peruvian communities in Peru. It was created by Afro-Peruvian communities and has become one of Peru's most important instruments. I'm talking about the cajon. Now, speaking of the cajon, that's one of the main instruments in Afro-Peruvian music. This type of music comes from the American communities. Here's an example. type of music is energetic, it's more joyful, and gets everyone moving. You can find it in every festivity in the coast. One of the biggest stars of this style is Eva Young, the one you can see in the video. A legendary singer known for her presentations and for her deepest love that she has, the connection to the coast of Peru. With songs like the one that's playing now, Saca las manos. Now let's go up to the highlands, beyond the mountains, where we can find this beautiful sound. Here the music is a little calmer and more spiritual. These melodies are soft, but at the same time they are very powerful. Often inspired by nature and the mountains in the indigenous tradition. When you hear it, it feels peaceful, yeah, but strong. You'll find instruments like the panpipe, called sanfonias, which are produce a soft, clean sound. Also, you can find quenas, which are made of wood, and they're a flute with a deep sound also. And finally, charangos, which are a guitar made originally from armadillos. Yeah, armadillos. A famous song from the Andes is El Condor Pasa, which many people know, even they don't know maybe that it is from Peru. Today, artists like Damaris bring a modern touch to this tradition. Artists like Damaris bring a modern touch to this tradition because she meets the spiritual lyrics, Andean instruments, and also pop elements in songs like Luciana, inviting young people to connect with their indigenous roots. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the jungle or La Selva, my homeland, which I miss every day so much.
That's why he misses it every day.
Everybody quiet and sit up, man.
Here the music is bright and strong and made to dance, as you can see in the video. The track here is often called cumbia amazonica. It's a fusion of traditional rhythms with modern sounds like the electric guitar, bongo drums, and tropical beats. One band that's very popular here, that I think we all Peruvians know and have heard about it once of this, is called Explosión de Quito. I wanna keep playing the video. Yeah, the last one. Another iconic jungle band is Los Mirlos, pioneers of jungle cumbia, known for using electric guitar to create that hypnotic jungle-inspired sound. A lot of artists have covered their songs. For example, this one, it's called Eres Mentirosa. This genre of music is catchy, totally danceable, and you can sing along too. So, as you can see, Peruvian music is full of history, emotion, and rhythm. Whether you like soft guitar or more powerful drums or catchy dance tunes maybe that you can sing to, there is something in Peru that may be for you. In Peru we often say, en Perú se aburre el que quiere, which means in Peru the ones who get bored are the ones who want to. So after seeing our presentation today, do you wanna give Peru a try?
Yeah!
Yes.
What